The secret to doing nothing. I'm going to share with you exactly that formula. Now, the first thing I want to share with everyone is it's amazing when you reach out to people and you go, "Hey, what's up?" Nothing. What are you doing? Nothing. Okay. And what I really think that is, first of all, I remember when I was younger, I would say to people, "I'm not doing anything," and they would say, "Well, when do you know you're finished?" But you know what? When you really come down to just nothing, here's a different thought about nothing. How about not only being able to relax, but design that perfect day? And see, I didn't even know that day could exist for me because I had been taught everything, man, work ethic, got to get a 2 weeks notice before you quit your job. There was all these things, work 40 years for 40 hours a week and get, and try to live on 40% of your income. There was all of this stuff. And, they just did a recent study from Forbes magazine and they had it in LinkedIn. And listen to this number, how high it is. 87% of the people are looking for something different. So, of course, I don't know that I don't know. That's ignorance. It's not a bad word. I just didn't know that I didn't know. And all of a sudden, I got introduced to an individual that learned from others, that it goes all the way down to Rich Schnackenberger. We're talking way back in the 30s and the 40s, to Earl Schultz and Rich and Jay, and it went from there to, Jim Rohn and, oh God, Larry Thompson, Larry Huff, to my mentor, Bill Gould, and also Jeff Roberti. And it was like all of a sudden I met people that were doing whatever they wanted to. Now, how they described this was, can you imagine? Can you imagine getting paid every minute of the day, regardless of what you're doing? Sleeping, doing nothing, whatever. Now, for me, that sounded interesting. It sounded really interesting, but I didn't understand. So when I met my mentor, he said, "Did you hear about my check?" I said, "That's why I'm here." And he handed me a company envelope. It said NSA on it. I opened it up. There was a check attached to the pay stub, $62,000. And my first response, for a month? This is what you made last month. Now, my first thought, honestly, is why haven't you cashed a check yet? And he goes, my mentor taught me that I can cash this check when I get my next check. Did you hear that? You can cash this check when you get the next one, and then you get to show this one. So first of all, I can't tell you, being a dyslexic auto mechanic from North Dakota, um, none of this made sense to me. None of this made sense. And I just didn't know that I didn't know. And then he says, well, Robert, I said, I don't understand how you can do that. And he goes, listen, I have 30,000 people responsible for my income. What? And then he showed me his printout and he had all these people names on them. And he goes, listen, this person's building their little business and you're working, you get your own business, but you're not by yourself, right? You're working for yourself, but not by yourself. And I'm just like going, this is hard for me to believe that any of this stuff is true, right? And I asked him, okay, there's a couple of reasons. See, I understand things. You work 24 hours a day. Um, you don't have balance in your life. You're not putting your spiritual life first. You're not putting your family life first. We all hear these things, hey, money doesn't buy happiness, but guess what? Neither does poverty. Money doesn't grow on trees. Well, where does it grow? So when I met this guy, he was 5 years older than me. I'm 62 now. And all of a sudden I said, "Okay, I just need to know a couple things." He goes, "Go. Go." I said, "What'd you do before this?" And he said, "I installed tires on cars." And he said, "Every once in a while I'd get to install a stereo system in a car." And I was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm a mechanic. I can do this. If he can do this, I can do this." Then the next question I asked him was, "How long you been doing this?" And he goes, "You know what? I've only been doing with this company for 6 months." And this is back in the mid 80s. And I went to him, "Really?" And he goes, "Yes. But I'm learning from people that show me how to do this." And I go, "I want to learn from those people too." And it was this kind of concept where they're talking about, can you imagine teaching other people how to build a residual income? I didn't know what residual is. So he would always have these analogies to explain to me. And he says, "Do you know who Jennifer Aniston is?" I go, "I do." And he goes, "Do you know she makes $30 million a year off the reruns of Friends?" And I was like, "What? Did you guys know that Jerry Seinfeld is a billionaire?" And I'm going, "Residuals? What do you mean?" Well, he goes, "Songwriters, authors, there's a lot of people that get residual income. And it's when someone consistently, gets introduced to something and then they keep buying it. They just keep buying it every month. And, he's like, "Do you pay your electric bill?" "Yeah, residual." You know what I mean? "Do you pay your natural gas bill?" "Yeah, residual." "Do you pay your cell phone service? Do you pay, your internet connection?" And I'm going like, "Yes, yes, and yes." And he's going, if you're going to do something and you're going to build something, find a way to have a loyal, satisfied customer base that loves your product so much that they just automatically keep buying it all the time. All right, all right, all right. I've never heard of that. And he says, helping other people earn and supplement income. When you know people that need to make extra money, you can show them, and I will teach them for you. And he says that's called leverage. So now, in 2024, we're in 200 countries. We have 12,000 products. And to think that I have someone in every time zone. So all over, it's like I'm constantly having people that are building the business and doing extremely well, or maybe just making an extra check, a side hustle, a side gig. And a lot of people are just customers. But when you put all those customers together and all of the people are constantly working, now you're building income 24 hours a day. And so I've been in this company, my wife and I, just a little over 6 years, and just went over $4.87 million. Can you imagine that? That's over 2 grand a day for the entire 6 years we've been in this company. Why? Because I was taught this. See, there's one of the things that I just recently, not to get off track, but you know, don't you realize that right now we're in a world where everyone has something negative to say about everything? Everything. I want my wife and I watched the roast recently with Tom Brady. And, Ben Affleck was going nuts because there's still people on Tom Brady's uh, Twitter or whatever, social media, that is still just saying all kinds of negative things. And so, the majority of the world just does that. That's all they do is they whine, they complain, they're a victim. Uh, it's like they have, learned hopelessness. Um, it's all this thing. Why? Well, because that's what the world is today. So I learned from my mentors, you become who you hang around. So instead of hanging around 95% of the people that were just barely getting by paycheck to paycheck, that was me working a job, working Monday through Friday, getting a job, I get a check, working Monday through Friday, getting a check. That's where the majority of the people are. a large part of that majority is also just living off the government, living off governmental assistance. So they've already done reports that when people retire, they can't live on the money that they have because a lot of people are too busy trying to survive. So they got to rely on friends and family and the government to survive in their golden years. That's nuts. So the other party told me was, not only is there leverage, but Robert, there's this thing called compounding. And he gave me the story about a penny a day. And I've never heard of it. All this stuff I haven't heard of before. So he goes, Robert, I'm going to give you a question. He goes, you don't need to think about it. I will give you $1 million cash right now. Or I'll give you a penny a day. You got to drive to where I am, and I'll give you a penny. The next day, I'll give you two. The next day, I'll give you four, and I'll just double the amount of pennies that I give you every day for 30 days. And my first thought was, I'll take the $1 million. And little did I know, depending on 30 or 31 days, if you multiply that out, it's like, 10 million. I forget the exact number. And I was blown away that because most people are instant mentality, and I was, we want to work, get paid, work, get paid, work, get paid, work, get paid. And then, we go to fast food restaurants and everything is like instant coffee, instant everything. And now the world has an 8-second attention span. Look it up. It's like squirrel, 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 scroll, 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 all the movies. That, 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 that. And so if we're constantly being distracted, always dealing with distractions, ADD, then we get caught up in this, hearing the news and the wars and the protests and the politics and the election and, oh my God, inflation, all of this garbage, man. It's just very, very difficult and overwhelming. And then scrolling through, social media and everyone's mad at the injustice and all that stuff. And it really does weigh on us. It weighs on us and brings us down. It destroys our imagination. When's the last time that you imagined anything? And so when Albert Einstein says that he actually said compound interest. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn from it. Those that don't have to pay it. So my question to you right now, are you paying interest on anything? Or are you earning interest? So the goal is to generate enough cash flow where the bills are paid, everything's paid. So when you start making money, then all of a sudden you can hire a good CPA, a good tax person, a person that does your bookkeeping. Everything I have is on auto pay. Uh, the firm, Peter Botno in Florida, Florida, he does my all my bookkeeping, all my accountant. Everything is automatic. And so then the next idea is, wow, what if I could generate a cash flow? And here's what my mentor said. You guys, I know that some of you are just going to go ballistic when you hear this stuff, but there's books that have been written about it, like The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. That was the book that inspired the movie The Secret. And that secret, was with Rhonda Byrne. She made, probably a $500 million off that movie and got interviews with Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres and Larry King. It's like everyone, it's like, wow, these people were using the secret. And it was like enacting your imagination to actually get your imagination going. So my mentor did that to me. He says, hey, Robert, What would you do with this 62,000? If I just gave you the money, what would you do? And I go, "Oh my God, I would get out of debt. I would pay my used car off. I'm 3 months behind on the payments. I would turn my electricity on. I would get caught up on my rent because I'm about ready to get evicted. And yeah, that's what I need to take care of right now." And he goes, "And if you could do that for real, how would it make you feel? How would it make you feel?" And I went, "Oh my God, I'm just so stressed. And man, everything's about money and just stress, 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 and money, 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 money." He goes, "Okay, let's say that's done. Now what are you going to do?" And I go, "Well, I was such a bad financial situation. My son actually lives with his mother. And so I asked her to take care of him. I want him back in my life." And he goes, "Okay, how would that make you feel?" Then I started getting like choked up. And then he goes, "What else would you do?" And I said, "I felt so unworthy. And I just lost my, because I'm on workman's comp making 900 bucks. I've lost everything. I just told my girlfriend, Terry, that, you need to go back home to Montana." And I said, "I just miss her. And I know I messed up." And I said, "I want to get an engagement ring and I want to fly back to Billings, Montana and get on my knee that's working and beg her to please forgive me and get back in my life." And he's like, "Man, that sounds awesome." He goes, "So how is that gonna feel?" And see, he just kept helping me with my imagination and how would that feel in my imagination and how would that feel in my imagination? And then he goes, "Robert, how many people in the world do you think right now would love to not have to worry and be in despair and stressed out about money?" I go, "Everyone I know." And he goes, "I know, right?" He goes, "Here's the problem." I go, "Uh-oh, I knew there was something." And he goes, "The majority of the people in the world that you talk to won't want to do anything. They're already doing nothing and they're struggling." So he said, "What you want to do is take 40 years of your life. And I know you've already been working for a few." And he says, "Why don't you just take the time to just compress that time frame?" And I go, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Well, let's say that you wanted to make what?" He goes, "What's your magic number?" And I said $3,800. And he's like, "Okay, so let's say 50 grand a year," which believe it or not, that's 54,000 a year right now is what the average household makes in America. 54,000. To think that it was the same 37 years ago, but everything has gone up, but we're not making that much more money, right? I still ask people today, all the time, as I say, "Hey, what's your magic number?" And it's 10,000. Still to this day, people would love to make 10,000. And I go, "What would you do if you made 10,000 a month, $120,000 a year?" Oh my God. See, it's not nothing. They go, "Oh my God, I would travel." I go, "Why don't you travel now?" "No money, no time." So the goal would to get to amount of money, build an organization, you know what I mean? That would do 100,000 in volume. And if you divided that and all people did was move, a couple of $100 from Walmart, Target, Costco, and Amazon, and we all can just move our buying power to better quality products that have a money back guarantee. The goal would be is to share your affiliate link and people can create an account for free and you could do that. And when people start using the products and loving them and sharing them with other people, then you'll have enough money where you'll get to add $200 to your budget every month. How many people in the world right now do you think could use an extra $200 in their budget? And all they got to do is move that money from the places they're already spending it. This idea is just still to my mind, just it's so fundamentally simple, but yet everyone thinks they know everything. See, here's a neat little thing. My mentor said this to me as well. He said, "Robert, if you already possessed the ideas, the thought, the wisdom, the mindset to make 120,000 a year and do it in a way where it came in residually with leverage and compound. So every day when you get up after you're done sleeping, if you chose to, you could do nothing." Because when you don't worry about money and you get out of worry and despair, now you got time to be creative and you can get inspired and have imagination to do things that you've always wanted to do instead of just working, paycheck to paycheck for peanuts with no advancement, nowhere to go. And so he did that to me. And when I knew that was his lifestyle, I then was going, yeah, but that's you. And he pulled out this little, spiral notebook, 3-ring binder, and he opened it up and it had clear sheets in it. And he started saying, "Hey, this is Sherry. She used to be a preschool teacher. See her check?" And he's standing next to her and they have a color copy of the check. And he goes, "This is Ricky. He used to sell pagers. This is Mark. He used to sell pots and pans. This is Rich. He used to work in the oil field. This is Lori. She was a waitress." And he's going on, showing me all these people that with his training and his simple system, he was able to show how to get to that magic 10 grand or more. So I just listened to him. I just went, I'm just going to do this. If I can work 8 to 5 plus 2 hours of commute back and forth to work, if I can, you know, give 12 hours of my life to somebody else, I can do this for me. And he goes, "Yeah, you do." I go, "Okay, I'm listening. Tell me what to do. I want this lifestyle." And he goes, "Robert, very few people will be the right person at the right time. They have to have an open mind. Your mind's like a parachute. If it doesn't open, it doesn't work. They got to be coachable. They got to be willing to unlearn, to relearn. And all you got to do is get excited and, think about what you're going to do with this money. And then what you got to do is say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. What do I say? He goes, "Say hello." And it's like, "Then what?" And he's like, "Hey, listen, ask them if they would do you a huge favor and if they know anyone that would like to make 6 figures a year. No experience necessary, training, free back office, free mobile app. We have everything. We have the training, we have all the marketing system, everything." And when they look at you and go, "Who do you know that would like to do that?" And they go, "What is this?" You go, "Why are you interested?" And when they say, "Yeah," then show them this video. The video that I just watched? Yeah. So, Robert, if the video would work on you, do you think it would work on other people at the right place at the right time? I go, "That makes sense." He goes, "I'll make you a challenge." I said, "Go." He goes, you connect and show this short video to 70 people, get 70 people to watch this video in the next 30 days. And he says, "Your life will change forever." And it did. I put 72 people in front of that video. 11 people went, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen." And out of the 11, 6 of them wanted to do exactly what I wanted to do. And so, bam, my first check was $10,210. What did I do? He was teaching me. He goes, "Robert, don't spend the check. Go get a color copy of it. Let's get a picture because you're going to do the same thing as these other people." And the very next month, 6 people in my organization made over a $10,000 check. And that pushed me to another level of volume, and my check went to 30,000. Was able to make $1,000,000 before the age of 30. For 37 years, I have been unemployed, teaching people how to imagine and how to connect with people and share an affiliate link that's directly coded to me. And people go, "What do you do?" So, where this idea came up is I was talking to an individual and they go, "So, when would you like to do a Zoom?" And I said, "Hey, I designed a life where I can do nothing. Whenever you want to do a Zoom, I'm available." And he's going, "Man, that's interesting." Now, here's the crazy thing about life. Once you get on the other side of money, once it's no longer a thought in your mind and you're making of abundance of it, well, you probably will get nice vehicles and get nice homes. You notice that I said plurals with that. That's again if you would want. You'll give a lot of money to charity. You'll travel all over the world and pay for the people that can't afford to go and create memories. Create memories that will take your breath away. Then after that, it's like, now what do I do? Well, Robert, you can give money to charity. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give a lot of money to charity. And today I get to support, thousands and thousands of orphans and people that don't have parents all over the world. Now I'm blessed to get awards for giving money to charities. And I'm just like, man, that is so, so cool. Then what else do I do? Well, I could give more money to charity if I showed more people the secret to doing something where they could eventually do nothing. Because there's a phrase out there, you guys, the day that you fall in love with what you do, which is usually your gift, your talent, when you get to do that and not worry about money anymore, you're never working another day of your life. And so now it makes your imagination bigger. See, this is what a lot of people don't understand about people that got on the other side of money. See, they don't understand that the person loves what they do. And so they start getting good at the gift, and there's no better occupation in the world. It's not really an occupation, but there's no better occupation in the world than helping other people upgrade their lives. Life is expensive. You have to learn to monetize it. And we see it all over. People talk about the influencers, the podcasters, the YouTubers, the Instagrammers. All these people figured out how to do something they love, and now they monetize their life and sell, incredible products and services all over the world. And so I know I can show you how to do this. But then again, you got to stop listening to yourself and listening to other people. Why would a person listen to themselves if they're unhappy and unsatisfied in every area of their life? Because it was that thinking that got you there. Again, Albert Einstein has the quote, the definition of insanity is consistently doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It was obvious to me that I did not possess the wisdom, the understanding, the things that I needed to do to get money out of the way. And money out of the way is for different for a lot of people. Maybe 2 grand a month and not having to work. But the secret to doing nothing is putting yourself in a position where you learn wisdom and secrets that other people know that are really not secrets. It's just that people don't know they exist. And then when you can learn from someone to do those exact things, what do I do every day? I connect with people and build new friends. And then I give them the gifts that my mentor gave me for free. Now, if they don't want to use the gift, if they don't want to listen or read to the greatest miracle in the world or the science of getting rich, they're just the wrong person at the wrong time. No big deal. I still don't know how many people in 37 years that I've reached out to and given a gift to. And the ones that are at the right place at the right time, I then very simply ask them if they know of anyone that would be interested in making a little bit to a lot of money and to watch a short video where I actually show you evidence of me logging in to my online banking. And then once you see that, you could go, hey, what's the next move? Oh, create an affiliate account for free, just like you would do with Amazon or what you do with Facebook or YouTube, TikTok. We all created an account for free. Then what's the next step? Figure out how to get your affiliate link, look at everything in the back, decide what product you would like to try with a money back guarantee for 60 days. Well, I don't have any money. Great. You know what? You know what's the unique thing about people that don't have any money? We all know people that do. $1 trillion world economy. People go, I don't think people will do anything. Do you buy anything from Amazon? People are funny. But I wanted to share with you the secret to doing nothing. There's nothing more peaceful, joyous. There's nothing more fulfilling, the art of fulfillment, than realizing each and every day that if you wanted to, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do nothing. Where a lot of people are today is they just want to do nothing first. And that's working for you. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But I know this for a fact. If you get back to the person that shared this video with you, they can give you a gift and they also can show you the video that I have evidence. They can give you an affiliate link. You can create an affiliate account for free. And when you see all the marketing tools and the training that we give you for free, including the mobile app at no cost, and then we can show you how to share your unique coded affiliate link so you get credit. We'll show you exactly how I've shared that to now earn over 4.87 million in the last 6 years. So that's the secret of doing nothing. Man, I know I'm going to get some comments on this video. It's too good to be true. It's like, man, it's like I don't want to do anything. It's like, all right, all right. I'm a nobody. I'm a loser. It's like this stuff doesn't work for me. Um, I'll leave you with one thing. If you knew what I knew, and I was sitting in your place, I pray to God you'd find some way to get through to me. I pray to God. If not this, then what? If not now, then when? And if not you, then who? This company is so amazing. 10 years old, 500,000 in sales, millions of customers, 200 products, 12, I mean, 200 countries, 12,000 products. And people are like, yeah, I don't want to know more. That's okay. Do us a huge favor, share this video with others. So I love and appreciate you. Do me a huge personal favor. Share this video with people that are hurting. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on that little bell. We got 1 million views on our YouTube channel. I can help you. I can help anybody get what they want in life if they knew what they wanted. And we even have what is called an imaginator course for those of you that forgot how to imagine a better life than you have right now. But I know, coming from my point of view, I know you can do this. If we did it, you can. So I love and appreciate you. And thank you very much for watching the video. And take care. God bless. Talk to you soon.